Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to USEFP's short video series on GRE course. These videos will help you prepare for the GRE exam, which is an essential to graduate level admission in most universities in the US and for the Fulbright program. This session will be for GRE quantitative section. This is video number 10 in series, and we would learn how to solve quantitative comparison question. So the first thing, what is a quantitative comparison question? So quantitative comparison question has two quantities A and B, and we need to find which of the two quantities is greater. If quantity A is greater, then we choose the option number A. If quantity B is greater, we choose an option B. If two are equal, we see option number C, and if it cannot be determined, we choose an option which is D. So D is one when we have insufficient information, we choose an option number D. Or if two or three of the above options are correct, then we cannot determine. So if more options are right, then it cannot be, then if it cannot be, relationship cannot be determined, then we choose option number D. The first tip is that compare, don't calculate. The second tip, whatever you do on the left hand side, do it on the right hand side. So if we compare both the quantities and both of them have 1/4 on both the sides, so we can subtract 1/4 from both quantities. We can subtract 1/16 from both the quantities. What we are left is quantity A has 1/7 and quantity B is 1/6. So quantity B is greater. So tip number 1, compare, don't calculate, and whatever you do on the left hand side, do it on the right hand side. Next question. Marianne earned a 75 on each of her first 3 math tests and 80 on her 4th and 5th test. So quantity 8 is Marianne's average after 4 tests, and B is Marianne's average after 5 tests. So pause this video and try to calculate, try to find the answer. So Marianne's first 3 tests had an average of 75, and in the 4th and the 5th, she scored 80. So in 4th test, by scoring an 80, her average increased, and again by scoring an 80 in the 5th test, her average further increased. So average after 5 tests for Marianne's is more. Now the next question. So one of the tips is that try to ask, can they be equal and must they be equal? So if you find they are equal, so which means that you have eliminated A and B. So can they be equal? So if we ask, this quantity A is the parameter of rectangle whose area is 21 and quantity B is 20. So the parameter of a rectangle having area 1. So rectangle, if we have a rectangle which has length 20 and 1, so we have proved that the area can be equals to 20, which is same as quantity B. So so we have eliminated A and B. One thing with testing numbers is that don't ever settle with one combination of numbers. So right now we selected 20 and 1. Never settle for 1. At least have 3 attempts. So what else parameter can have an area of 21. So if one of the lengths is 7 and the other length is 3, the parameter is 3, the area is 21. What about the parameter? The parameter for this is 7 plus 7, 3. So the parameter comes out to be 20 again. So quantity C is the right choice. So pardon me for the so this for the last thing we attempted. So the parameter was 20 plus 1 plus 1. This answer was, parameter was 42. So by choosing 20 and 1, we had a parameter 42, and then by choosing 3 and 7, we had a parameter which was 20. So in one case, the parameters 20 equals 20, and the other case, the parameter is 42. So quantity, so it cannot be determined, as the option D is correct. Next question. M plus 1 into M plus 2 and M plus 3 equals 720. So quantity A is M plus 2, quantity B is 10. So if we have quantity, let's say it is 10. If M plus 2 is 10 and we solve the above question, it would be 9 into 10 into 11. So the answer would come out to be 990. So this thing is equal to 990. So this 10 is not the correct option. So we've eliminated C. C is not the correct option. So we're getting a number 990. So M plus 2 cannot be 10, so it has to be less than 10. So if it has to be less than 10, so quantity A is greater, because this M plus 2 has to be less than 10. So now do the same on whatever you do on the left hand side, you do it on the right hand side. So next question, which thing is bigger? So one thing which we learned in the last few slides is that try to think, can they be equal? So if y equals 0, then both sides are equal. So we have eliminated A and B. Now if we substitute y equals 1, we are finding that 15 is greater than 13. So the answer to this question is D. Now this question, which of the quantities is bigger? So whatever we do on the left hand side, we do on the right hand side. So we actually subtract minus 11 to both sides. So this becomes W, and this becomes W minus 22. So quantity B will always be less. Why? Because we are subtracting minus 22 from it. So even if it is 0, this thing would be minus 22. The correct answer is A. So I hope this session proved to be useful. Please remember to check out other videos in this series. Thank you all. Take care.